Welcome, everyone. To this. K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans in their last game losing to the Raptors in Toronto. That's his first. And Steve, tonight, a lot of players who are very, very explosive. It could basically be one long highlight reel tonight.
It is. We have some guys that you get a chance to jump out of your seat and scream. When you see guys getting dunks, the quickness off the dribble, I mean, I'm impressed, Kevin, to watch the athleticism to go along with the skill set.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And that one's good. Lillard.
Oh, okay. It's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Now Lillard. To the inside, and the jam by Craig Monroe.
You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
And it's sent back by Jokic. And they're able to recover. Harris with it. Pass to Jokic. Harris trying to get free. And that one's good. Jokic. Jokic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammates.
They're fortunate the defender couldn't control it. Almost lost that possession.
Harris outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. The three. Minnesota with the rebound. To the left wing. Here's Kuzma. A three-pointer, no good. Pelicans still look like they're getting going. It's a 5-point game. Down low. Stolen by Collins. Here's Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
Drew does it how it's supposed to be done. Changes ends quickly, puts himself in the right position to finish.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And Drew Holiday, Steve, is such a huge factor on the defensive end whenever he's on the floor.
You know, it's been a focus for him to step his game up on that end of the floor. He moves his feet so well that guys can't just blow by him. Numerically, the way he discourages shots at the rim, it's like having a defensive center on the floor.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Timberwolves leading by 5. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by Harris. Pelicans trailed by 5. Pass to Jokic. And here is Harris. Covered by Monroe. And here is Harris. Jokic with it. Now Monroe defending. He dialed that one up from long distance.
When he gets it going from out there, look out.
Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday stand very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
Lillard outside. Fires for 3. Doesn't go that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his first foul. Pelicans trailed by 4. And here's Jokic. He's got 5. With some arc. Count it. Jokic has got 7. Minnesota with the ball. Steve, the Pelicans, a team that plays a very high-paced style under Coach Alvin Gentry. Tops in fact.
You know you're going to get plenty of chances and touches whenever you're on the floor. Pelicans have the personnel to make it work and play at a high-paced style game as well.
Lillard misses.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Lillard again missing.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yep, trying to shoot himself back into this. Regain some confidence first.
Pass to Kuzma. And it's sent back by Jokic. Harris inside. The layup off target.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have that. Point blank range, and he missed it.
New Orleans in the lead. But he gets it back. Here's Jokic. And the shot is long.
An uncontested look for mid-range. He typically drains that one.
The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
With his first shot attempt, off with the layup. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. And stolen by Harris. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
Well, you can erase a lot of defensive mistakes when you have shot blockers lurking in the background.
That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And that's now 9 points for Tobias Harris. And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check.
And the call up against Jokic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. A nice shot by Harris.
And no doubt, both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
Stolen by Collins. Here's Lillard. Finished off the break. Lillard's got it all tied up now for Minnesota.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Bounce pass, Smith. Tries a three. And Finney Smith gets it to go. Finney Smith's got the lead up to 3 now for New Orleans.
Yeah, full court, man-to-man defense here.
Pass to Lamb. And the shot goes down.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Collins. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Pelicans lead by 3. Lillard from outside. They grab their own miss. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got 8 points.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Collins wide open. He fires. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Clock at 6. And the dunk by Pirtle.
It doesn't take much for Pirtle to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop.
Smith outside. Pass to Zubac. Back to Smith. It's tipped. And stolen by Kufis. Now Lamb. And the rejection by Zubac. Pirtle with the steal. Lamb. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead. And it's Smith penetrating. They can't stop the run with that one. From deep 3-point range, Lillard misses.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Here's Smith. And it's good, 2 points. Some smaller players spend most of their time on the perimeter. Others really really sacrifice, Steve, their bodies to make plays inside.
I think some of the small guys that get in there, like you said, is Kyrie Irving, one of the best at finishing. Kemba Walker, Mike Conley, Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry. Some of these smaller guys who don't mind throwing their body into the paint.
And he goes big with the dunk right over Kufis.
Yeah, you gotta love seeing the young fella dunk that one home. Smith likes to show off that incredible vertical. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Smith, following the score by Jakob Poeltl. Here's Collins, and the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his first foul. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor, but that does take a lot of discipline.
Some changes for New Orleans. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Holiday. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Great recognition by Poeltl, slicing through the defense in these pick-and-roll sets.
Lets it go from deep. Minnesota with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
To the paint. Now, here's Jokic. He's got 8. Can't hit from in close.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And that does it for the first half of play. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Pelicans trail by 8. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Prince in the corner. Pass to Holiday. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Talk about scoring the basketball. Legit player. Holiday got paid because he can play.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And it's 13 points for Jokic.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Timberwolves leading by 5. And a wide open look for Lamb. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
It's deflected. Lets it fly. And that's an air ball. Not even close. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And here's Harris from the arc. And again, New Orleans with the triple. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the charts.
Offensive rebound. Out to Harris. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Harris, no good.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
And so it's Monroe with it, bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And a deep three from Lillard. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 14.
No doubt about it. He's been a monster from deep.
By and large, defenders have done a poor job of running him off his spots. That's why he keeps firing.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Smitty, when you were playing, the league tinkered with the distance of the three-point line. Given the emphasis on perimeter offense now, should they consider moving it further out?
Kevin, please not. No way. Guys are shooting it 4 or 5 feet behind the line already. Now if you move it back, then they're going to move back to half court.
I know.
Keep the line the way it is right now. I like it the way it is right now, Kevin.
It's enough of a challenge, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 14. Pass to Collins. Over Collins. Here's Monroe. Banked in off the glass. 8 points for him.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board. Then right back up.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Lillard misses. Pelicans trailed by 3. Scooped up for 3. Smith. And another 3 for New Orleans.
And so assured. You can't give an inch of breathing room to Smith Jr. That's when he strikes.
From downtown. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for Minnesota. New Orleans moving it around. Back to Smith. Stolen by Monroe. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break.
So often Drew creates with the ball in his hands. This time the play is created for him.
Smith with it. Lillard picks him up. High arcing shot. Good work defensively by Monroe. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Last season, Drew Holiday had a breakout year. The UCLA product had career highs in scoring and efficiency. A lot had to do with he played off the ball. He played a lot of 2-guard.
And Smitty, as we were talking about Holiday spending more time at shooting guard lately.
But what I like, Kevin, he was still able to create for others effectively. The move allowed him to be much more aggressive and looking for his shot. People weren't sure of the change at first, but he looks right at home when he's playing off the ball.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. And that time, also a missed shot. It's stolen by Harris. Pass to Jokic. Harris, bounce pass. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 13.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
He is just hitting the backboard every chance he gets. He is feasting for rebounds out there.
That pushes it to double digits. And it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the third. There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That is his first foul of the game. Minnesota calls timeout. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
And you don't need the big play. Right now, you just need the smart one.
This is what desperation can do. You start to play outside of yourself, making a bad situation worse.
And so it's Minnesota. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Timberwolves leading by 11. In the corner, it's Kufis. Pass to Lamb. The 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lamb's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Timberwolves. Now here is Harris. Defended by Kufis. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Still doing his part, but it hasn't been enough. They need some kind of spark.
From deep. No good from Lamb. Pelicans trail by 12. Releases from 15. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
The defense has to be better. When he gets those looks, he usually knocks them down with ease, like he did there.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. Off the inbound pass. The second chance effort. Lamb. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Harris. Smith outside. But they recover it. For 3, Harris. Good on the triple. Harris has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pelicans.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the mindset of Smith. Solid at running the offense and finding his teammates who are open.
Jokic on top. Pass to Smith. Kufis grabs the miss.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That's his first foul. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pass to Harris. Back to Jokic. New Orleans moving the ball around. Harris, good.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Here's Mwaba. Here's Kufis. Jokic with the steal. And here's Harris from the arc. Knocks it loose.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Now here's Lamb. Shot clock at 6. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. From deep three-point range.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. They get it back. Here's Pirtle. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
No good from Lamb.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Takes a 3. Kufis inside. That one goes. Count it. You know, Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making. Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys, you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it will become the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes there can become some animosity between the two.
Oh, that's something. Down low. Pass to Jokic. Smith feeling it out a bit. Back to Jokic. His three-pointers off the mark.
Aggressive closeout on a great jump shooter. That's how you defend against the three.
Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Harris, good.
Difficult to stop inside. Harris with the excellent feel and touch around the basket.
Lillard fires away from way outside. The long distance 3 is buried.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Minnesota.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
How about the rhythm he got into tonight? Unstoppable at the offensive end. And the coach was smart. He kept calling his number.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
The shot's good from Kuzma.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
And that one falls to Collins. And so Collins nails both of them. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter to end the run. And slam dunk by Harris.
Attacking the rim, Tobias with a solid vertical to do this.
Back to Collins. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.